Hey guys, Steven here from Geekin Drinkin. It's going to be episode 92. Let's go. All right, everybody, this is Steven from Geekin Drinkin. I just cracked open a nice cold beer here, so let's go ahead and pour that in. Ooh, there we go. All right. So, for today's episode, I'm going to be drinking something a little, I guess you can call it like a classic, but let's lower this down here a little bit. Boom, right there. This is going to be the Shiner Oktoberfest, their Martian style beer. It's been around for quite some time, and it seems to be that time of the season for Oktoberfest to be coming out. So that's what I'll be drinking today. So let's go ahead and get that going. I got that poured here. So for today's episode, I'm going to do a non-spoiler review, I guess, of Deadpool and Wolverine. Obviously, it's the latest movie from the MCU that has come out. Actually, the only MCU movie that's come out for this year, 2024. And yes, you heard right. The MCU, Deadpool and Wolverine. Yes, it is official. They are part of the wide universe of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which has been a big thing that's been going on for quite some time. So if you're not too familiar with that, where have you been? Excuse me. Yeah, so like I said, it's gonna be a non-spoiler review of the new Deadpool Wolverine movie that just came out this past weekend. Um, Here in a couple days from this recording, we are definitely gonna do a full blown spoiler review, and Eddie should be here with me doing for that episode. So I'm super excited for that. Can't wait to have him back on and geeking out on some stuff, and maybe agreeing and disagreeing on some things with the new Deadpool movie that just came out. So yeah, so if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. It is worth watching. Very entertaining, very funny. Obviously, from what you can get from a Deadpool movie, and pretty much featuring Wolverine in the movie. And this is kind of like something that fans have been waiting for a long, long time, and we finally got it. And I mean, I tell you what, man, it. I don't know if it really blew my mind, but it definitely struck a heartstring there. Seeing those two characters, which are two of my favorite characters in the Marvel comics, and seeing them together on the big screen, and going at it. Um, Hugh Jackman coming back to reprise his role as Wolverine, and he's pretty much the only actor who's ever played the character. Because I mean, if you kind of think about it, for some of the other popular superheroes, especially in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, a lot of characters have been you know recast in a lot of the movies. I mean, one is Spider Man. Spider Man has been recast like three times already. Since Tobey Maguire came out as Spider Man, from Tobey Maguire to Andrew Garfield to Tom Holland. Who else? Daredevil is another character that has been recast. Ben Affleck played the character. Now we got Charlie Cox, who is the man without fear, Daredevil, Punisher. Punisher's another one. I mean, there's just a lot of characters that have been recast, and it's still kind of going on even now. So there's lots of big changes coming on And this movie really kind of put a perspective in a lot of things that are working, and definitely a lot of things that are not working with the MCU, and not just with the MCU, but also with just superhero movies in general. Cheers. Now, when this movie was announced, um, there Kevin Feige and a few others, especially Ryan Reynolds, came out saying like this is gonna change. This is gonna be a big change for the MCU and for Disney, and it's gonna fix a lot of errors, I guess you can say, that has been going on in this particular phase of the MCU after Endgame. But in all honesty, I mean, again, really good movie, really entertaining, action, comedy, some heartfelt moments there, things like that. But was this really the answer to help boost the MCU and help fix the issues that they've been having lately with, uh, the movies that have come out and the TV shows that have been coming out on Disney Plus? That's pretty far stretched to say. And I mean, yeah, there have been a lot of issues, a lot of disappointments, fans not happy with the way things are kind of going on right now. And even in the if you've seen the trailer for the Deadpool Wolverine movie, Ryan Reynolds calls himself the Marvel Jesus, to kind of save the universe, save the MCU. But I mean, he definitely makes a statement in this movie for for the MCU and superhero movies in general. So you know, there's a lot of things that went into this movie. A lot of things that um, you know were put in there, and you know some things worked, some things just didn't. And again, I'm not gonna go too much into everything. This is gonna be a non-spoiler review, so if you haven't seen the movie, I definitely suggest you go check it out. If you're not sure where to go check it out, one of my favorite places to go is the Flex Brew House here in San Antonio, which is off of 1604 in Petranco. And the reason why I like going there is because obviously they got some pretty good beers, and they craft their own beers there. They brew the beers actually on the location there where they actually show the movies too, and they even have a a special beer for the Deadpool Wolverine called Maximum Peach Effort, which was really good. I suggest trying that one. It wasn't too overwhelming with the peach and things like that, but it was really good. So I suggest checking Flick's Brew House out. So anyways, um, back to the movie. I mean, there was just a lot going on. I mean, if you're not familiar with what has been happening as far as behind the scenes with the studios and stuff like that, and why Deadpool is barely making his Deadpool and Wolverine are barely making their first appearance in the MCU. Well, it's because for a while there, the rights of Deadpool and X Men were owned by Fox Studios, and once Disney acquired Fox, they were able to start bringing in those characters into Disney, which they haven't brought them all in just yet. They're still working on a lot of things, but there was definitely a lot of firsts going on with that happening. And was definitely definitely saying a really like farewell uh to Fox itself because I mean they show it in the trailer, so this is really not a spoiler. But if you notice in the trailer, and you'll see it in the movie as well, they have the Fox, 20th century, the beginning with the lights and everything, and that they show in most of their movies. You know, destroyed. Just like out in a desert looking area. So it was kind of like saying a farewell to Fox. It's been nice knowing you, but now it's time for us to move on with this new studio. And so that, with that being said, because I mean, again, um, Disney doesn't even fully own like the characters of Spider-Man and Spider-Man in general, and like Venom. Sony still owns those properties, but there's some type of like arrangement or agreement that Sony and Disney have that allows Disney to use Spider-Man and some of the characters in the MCU, and which is why we also have like um, associated Marvel movies like Venom, the upcoming Craven the Hunter, Morbius. What was the other one? Madam Web. Movies like that. They're not part of the MCU, but they're associated. They have like an association or some type of agreement. So that's kind of like what happened with what was going on with Fox before Disney acquired them. So with that being said, uh, they were able to do a lot of cameos with some other characters. Again, another superhero group that's going to be coming out from the MCU that was acquired from Fox once Disney took over is the Fantastic Four. And if you're familiar with the Fantastic Four, they've had three movies, two of them which were a part one and a part two, and then a remake of the of Fantastic Four. And now we're gonna get another Fantastic Four movie coming out pretty soon from the MCU, and that's gonna be pretty interesting. I'm not gonna get too much into details with that right now, because I really want to kind of focus on, the Deadpool movie right now, But again, the movie was really good. As far as the villain or the villains, the main villain in this movie, I mean, they were there. It was, it wasn't, the greatest. And that's kind of like one of the things that um, Marvel kind of has been struggling with, especially now more than ever than before, is with their villains. I mean, they've come out with some really, really good, um, villains in the past, and then some just really, really just like, really, that was it. That's all we got. That was terrible, Um, and it's kind of the same way still with this one because I think, with this movie, they really, really wanted to hone in on the uh, the partnership between Deadpool and Wolverine, and which that's what they really, really were were honing on for this movie. I mean, obviously, it being called Deadpool and Wolverine, so they really just wanted to focus on them, and this is probably one of the best buddy buddy films that we have gotten in a long time. Seeing two amazing actors bring two amazing characters together. I mean, this is like, this was something that fans have been wanting for a long, long time, and we finally got it. And and Deadpool using the multiverse and things that have been kind of going on with the multiverse to his advantage with this. I mean, he just goes all full out Deadpool with it, and if you know what that means, you know what that means. I mean, he's just a really silly character who breaks the fourth wall, and he really just brings that in full blown into this movie, and just like um you know how can I say this? Just like you know, it shows us, all the things that have been going on with the multiverse. The whole uh, multiverse that the MCU has been trying to do for these next phases in the MCU movies, and you know they just do it in such a Deadpool way that it's just it works, but it's not the best. And that's pretty much like what I could just say about that. Um, Excuse me. Another thing that they really, really kind of like, I guess, like focused on or really wanted to like show, and I'm not gonna name any of them. Again, that'll be in the next episode that I'll do with Eddie on the full spoilers review of Deadpool and Wolverine. But cameos were amazing. Some great, some not so great, but they were amazing. They were good. I like the way they did it. I like the characters that they decided to bring in. Um, and some of the jokes that they did with them and everything like that. It was great. I liked it. I enjoyed it very much. I thought it worked. Was it perfect? No, but it worked. It worked really good. Um, and for what they can do for a Deadpool movie. Um, and we've gotten cameos before, especially in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. The big the big cameos that we got in that film. I think, in my opinion, and Eddie may disagree with me, I think the cameos in this movie were better. They were great. I think they were even utilized a lot better than they were in the Multiverse of Madness. Um, and thinking about it, I think for this phase alone, we've only gotten like, let's see, we had Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, we had um, Ant Man in Quantum Mania. What else we had? We had Thor, Love and Thunder. Um, who else was there? There was, I want to say, Black Widow and Spider Man. No Way Home were part of this phase as well. And then especially in that movie too. Spider Man, the last Spider Man movie that we got, the cameos that were in that one as well. Um, I want to say it was almost like a tie with Deadpool for that, and I mean it was just as great. Um, Again, the comedy in this movie was just phenomenal. It was there. I was crying due to how much laughing I was doing. Just tears coming down my eyes because I was just laughing so hard in the movie. But there were also some attempts there where they tried to do some heartwarming stuff, and it just kind of like maybe missed a little bit due to the comedy, but it was there. And this character of the Wolverine is a little bit different than the characters that we've gotten previously by Hugh Jackman, but it is still Hugh Jackman portraying Wolverine. And again, this is their first appearance in the MCU. This is the first time that they've been together as well, which was something that we've been expecting for a long time. Especially if you've seen the first two Deadpool movies. They always talk about the X-Men, but they never really show any other the X-Men other than Teenage Supersonic and Colossus and Yu-Gi-Oh, or I forget her name, but I apologize for that. But getting this particular character was just so great. It was amazing. Um, as of for right now, I mean, I don't got much more to say other than that. Because I mean, I don't want to spoil things for y'all right now. I really want to wait till Eddie gets here so that we can have a full blown conversation about that. Um, that episode will be a little bit longer, and I know I've had a few people complain about that, like, why are your episodes so long? Why can't you just do get to the point and stuff like that? Well, we do try to get to the point most of the time, but there's just some things that we just end up like kind of sidetracking on, and we're like, oh shit, we need to get back to the main topic, or even with the main topic, there's just other things that pop up about that the conversation prolongs a little longer than we expect, and we don't we try not to go so long in our episodes, but sometimes it just kind of happens, and especially with me and Eddie here, um, you know and especially with this movie, I'm pretty sure we're gonna you know go up to an hour, if not exceed just a little bit over an hour. We'll definitely try not to do no 2 hour episode. Definitely don't want to do that, but we'll try to get to the main points, and stay on topic with what we want to talk about. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this non-spoiler review of Deadpool and Wolverine. Again, me and Eddie will be recording another episode. Just real quick, I mean, uh, Deadpool Wolverine, exceeded box office, over the weekend, making $211.4 million in the first weekend. I mean, honestly, I really want to go check it out again. I really want to go see it again. I don't know when. I know it's not gonna be anytime soon, but hopefully I'll be able to go check it out again in theaters before it hits streaming. Because nowadays things go to streaming pretty quick. So hopefully I'll be able to go check it out. And one thing I've been doing in my episodes, even here at Geekin and Drinking, is at the end of every episode, if you're watching the video, you're gonna just hear our regular outro. If you're listening to us on Spotify or like Apple Podcasts, or just on the regular audio, at the end of the episode, I always play like a new song that's come out from a band that I like or something like that. And so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Before I do though, be sure to follow us, subscribe to us. Shoot us. I try to stay active and present on Instagram as much as possible. That's where I'm usually more active on. So shoot us a like, shoot us a comment. Let us know some stuff that you want us to talk about. I know I've had someone wanting us to talk about the MonsterVerse, which I know it's been a while since a lot of those movies have come out. And when I say MonsterVerse, I'm talking about like the Godzilla and King Kong movies and stuff like that. Which I do want to do a review on a lot of those on all those movies, pretty much. So I'm gonna rewatch them and maybe talk about those sometime here in the near future. Because that's just something that I haven't talked about. And that'll probably just be me by myself talking about those movies, because I don't think Eddie's too much of a fan of those, but, to each their own. But like I said, yeah, be sure to follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and, leave us some comments, leave us some suggestions, whatever you want us to talk about and stuff like that. But, till then, I'm going to leave you with some Memphis Mayfire. They came out with a new single. Actually, today of this recording date, the single came out. So this is their new single called Necessary Evil. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And until next time, we'll see ya. Cheers.